It's been a rough enough, tough enough year.
Yeah, I needed George to try and build his confidence up, basically, because of what he's been through. He's been down all summer. His birthday was coming up. I was writing a card out from the dog, from the cat, trying to make the numbers up. And then I just had this idea that I thought maybe, what if other people can send him a card? If I put something on Facebook, let's see what happens. And here we are.
So you obviously didn't tell George.
No.
Why did you want to do this? Tell us what had been happening.
Since starting high school, because George has Asperger's and he has his own certain tastes in music and things he likes, and a lot of mainstream don't get him, and he struggled to make friends, and he became bullied.
And George, what happened? What sort of bullying was it? Was it obvious bullying or name calling, or were people physically violent to you? How was it for you at school?
It's quite a mixture, because the last thing that happened to me before I left that school was an assault that happened to me by another lad in my class.
And it was quite bad. You got a badly sprained wrist. Mum had to take you to the hospital. Before that, did you have any friends there? Was anybody supporting you, or did you really feel that you were very different to everybody and you were a bit on your own?
I had a few friends that I made. Well, not a lot of friends, just a few, like around 5. And then I had a few of my friends from primary school.
And how difficult was it for you? How did it make you feel?
Well, from starting the school, I thought I'd have hope there. But then my hope started to fade away when I started to find out that some things that schools tell to the parents and to the kids are lies.
Well, look, George, you're a sensitive lad, and not surprisingly, you're a smart lad as well. You're a very stylish lad. You like your classical music as well. But obviously all of this was making you very sad. How sad were you?
I had suicidal thoughts from it.
Oh, Amanda, that must be so hard for you to hear. Did George tell you that, or did he tell someone else
He was
that?
researching it on his iPad, researching how to cope with bullying. He kept a lot inside. He broke down on a day out. We went to the cinema and he finally broke down on me there again. But I thought the school were dealing with it because I had words with the school and they said it's fine, it's just banter, it's this, it's that. He's too sensitive, you know, he takes everything literally. I said, well, that's what he is, that's who he is, you know.
And George, why didn't you talk to Mum about what was going on? Why did you feel you couldn't tell her?
I thought I couldn't tell her because if I told her, then she would tell the school and they would say, oh, it's all right. But really, nothing was being done about this situation.
Well, they say, you know, they have this policy, this clear anti-bullying policy, which is rigorously adhered to, and they say that George's case was very rare, and when action is needed in those such cases, the policy is applied. Now, as a mum, what do you do, or what you have to worry about him in the future? How are you going to protect him, isolate him? You say he takes everything literally, therefore his needs are special.
Yeah.
So what's the future hold?
Well, we've got him a lovely place at a new school, which is only a 5-10 minute drive away from us. I'm willing to take him every day. And we've been for an interview, haven't we? And they'd love to have him there. They already know people in the school, pupils that have got similar interests that he'll get along with. They've buddied him up with some people. He's had a taste today and you loved it, didn't you?
Yeah.
They're big on music.
Oh, so you can do all your music.
So he can do his music there.
Well, that's good. That's all happier times ahead.
Yeah.
And then you put this plea on Facebook
That's
and
right.
had the most amazing response.
I couldn't believe it.
Tell us about the party. How did that come? Because originally you were just asking for birthday
Just cards. Just
Yeah.
cards. Then my neighbour's daughter, Jodie Knox, she advertised it on our local page within Shaw One, and it went from there. And she was phoning round daily to try and get any donations and stuff. People were offering bouncy castles and...
It says my name on it.
That's when the postman
There's all
turned
the
up.
presents turning up, George, and all your cards.
We had a group of local bikers that came along to show solidarity with George, that he wasn't on his own. He's been offered free karate classes. Yeah,
I hear
it's
the
been great.
bikers
Cake.
arriving.
We had everything.
How surprised were you, George, by all of this?
Yep.
He thought the bouncy castle was for someone else.
That was great. Incredible.
And how did that make you feel after all this and all those everything you've been through in the last 2 years and all the sadness you felt? How did it make you feel knowing as all these people were thinking about you?
Well, I honestly thought at one point that nobody cared about me, but now I know that there's lots of people who stick with each other and you know, care for each other.